When I tried it, I said, oh, Lord, the whole world's broke. Everything, your whole body was like, just that, whew. I mean, your brain went all the way to zoom. And I said, the whole world is broke. It was a feeling that you would never have had in your entire life. Never. You know, I don't like to talk about what crack actually do to people because it's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. It made boys girls and girls boys. That's how strong crack is. They have broke up so many families in the world. These drugs. Crack broke America. Broke it straight up. You got our SWAT stickers here. Kids tell your parents don't use drugs today. You know, a lot of time our kids got a lot of influence on their parents if they speak up. Save our babies. They'll tell you to stop smoking cigarettes. They'll tell you about school, but nobody don't never tell you about the devil. And that's drugs. You smoke crack, you're gonna be homeless. I don't want to pay the rent, I want to smoke some crack. I said, and the landlord that gave me a notice to come to court for being behind in rent. And I said to him, I said, why didn't you come to court? He said, I don't need no place to stay, you do. And that stopped crack right there. Because it woke up, you will be homeless. Is that what the truck said? You will be homeless. Lip switch on. That's what I know happened to me. Yeah. Turn with the cable. Oh, that's it. The way I get the message out, I used to go to speak to people in churches. I used to speak to school kids. I've traveled all across the country. Canada. I've been to Quebec, Vancouver. I've been to Seattle, Washington, Alaska. The most important thing about my truck is it's an eyesore, it's an eye catcher. But the most important thing is the kids to read it. See, you can tell me, don't use drugs, don't do this. But if I was raised not to do it, and I read where that I was gonna be in chains, then I would have a problem. I would have a big problem if I use it, or I'd be a slave. Kids don't try drugs or you'll be a slave. If a kid reads it at a young age, it would be inside of him. Oh, some of them got wet. What size are you? Large? Give me $10 for both of them.
I think it's a very good cost. I do flooring. I install floors, vinyl floors, wood floors, $5.
Okay. Okay, you got the book. Okay, then give me the book back.
Give me 2 shirts.
Pimping? Yeah, man, I tell you.
When did you stop? Or have you stopped?
That's the best part. I don't think I stopped yet. I just can't do the things I used to do.
How come?
I'm old.
Why are you telling me?
Wait a minute, now you get to get a certain age. Now you ain't got that age, and now here you gonna tell me. When you get a certain age, then you'll know.
Is that a good life, pimping?
The greatest life in the world. Every man in the world wants a bunch of women around him. That's the greatest life in the world, having 5 or 6 women around there, hooting, hollering, and screaming, you trying to sleep.
You still see some of the women?
Yeah, I see them now and then, but there's nothing we can do. They old and I'm old. We just enjoy laughing and pat each other on the leg and go on about our business. It was 24 hours, and it lasted all the way up to crack. And when crack stepped in, that's when the show started falling. People wouldn't come to work. People that own business didn't even open up. Because don't forget, these were legitimate people. But they didn't have nothing to do after they started smoking that crack. Drugs ain't like what people think it is, you know. Now, you can never tell a kid not to get no money. If you tell them that, you get killed. I tell them don't use it. That's the most important thing. Don't use this drug.
Would you give one of your books to a dealer?
Crack dealer? Hell yeah, they buy them. That's my biggest buyers. That one right there. Take a picture of his ass.
Yeah.
Now this is a giveaway of a thing. You want to take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me. What did I tell you? People stop me on the street. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you to stay right here? Let's stay right here. Don't get out. You on TV, baby?
How's it going?
Fine, give me $5.
How you doing? Javier. Supporting the Mr. Crack book. Don't smoke crack. Don't use drugs. Kids go to school. And that's the movement. Holla back.
Holla back, baby.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Yeah, baby.
Good luck with everything.
Okay. look at them smiling back there. They know it was about me. What happened that you seen something I had been telling you all the time? How do you sell the book? I said most of the time people do exactly what he did. How do you get my attention? Blowing that horn, telling me to pull that over and give me a book, and sell me a book. And this is what I told you before. I said I could be riding my van and on the highway. I had to pull in the rest stops, and people are coming there and buy 4 or 5 books. You know, giving away the books ain't nothing. You know, there's no such thing you can ever give no kid enough when somebody's standing across the street with everything. You know, and the most important thing is the education that we want for these kids. Education is the whole thing that make our kids what they are tomorrow. See, if you leave from home with a program your mom and dad taught you, then you're in good shape. But if you left home out of foster care, prison, broken home, then your destiny is limited because you have no resource to get no money. You know, people turn to violence, people turn to bank robbery, murder. Drugs today is gonna be worse than now and never been in history. That crack a motherfucker now, if you want to hear the truth. The crack is no joke. It alternates your whole way of life. And I would tell the whole world, don't try it. Don't try drugs at all. You know, there's no such thing about I'm a weekend doer. No, there's no such thing as that. It just ain't caught up with your ass. They'll hold the hose up, there's a machine in there. There's a machine there, they drop it in there and they go to burn. So you're talking about fun. The police, I'm gonna lock you up. Lock me up for what? That's a wonderful thing to see. And I be laughing myself. I'm Mr. Crack, and you ain't got to worry about it, because I'm going to tell you the truth.